Stephen Willis. I am a black poet. I refuse to remain silent while this country continues to murder black people. I have a right to be angry. So this one here is for my county cousins. Currently incarcerated for crimes committed and/or confessed contributing to the new Jim Crow, my county cousins. Not to be confused by my country cousins currently in Kansas cooking cornbread and collard greens in the kitchen. No, those cousins you see every summer. These cousins you see every quarter century in county, constantly making collect calls inquiring about commissary, cursed to forever circulate in and out of this country's industrial prison complex, constructed for collecting coons for orange and black continuum. My cousin used to wear busted jeans to grandma's Christian church in Chatham. My cousin was cool enough to make the most sedity girl crack a smile. It was the same cousin I saw clench and clutch and rage the sight of his brother's blood on concrete, make that gun proud for days. Got. Then one day, a crooked Chicago cop came and caged my cousin before college. And now, my family only congregates in courtrooms. I can hear the jury concluding the caucus that would decide his fate, but I can't concentrate. All I can do is think about when we were kids and how we used to play cops and robbers on the corner and the pleasure I got each time my cousin was caught and placed in imaginary cuffs. And now, guilt creeps my conscience, for I am no different from these cops turned Klansmen, for how quickly I was willing to make a criminal out of my kin. Maybe I could have called for. Reminded him of the summers we spent consuming carousels and cotton candy. My cousin was a fragile child, with hair light and stripe and cry to cuddle, with make mother big colorful creations till only crumbs were left of her Crayolas. That's who he is, not the creature who the council called capital murderer, claiming he's responsible for this carcass. Not even Cochran could convince me my cousin is capable of killing anyone. Who could have thought that before my cousin could finesse an 18th candle, or could convince clocks and calendars to give him the combination to eternity, that his body will become a compilation of tears, because now my mama cry, and his mama cry, and the block cry it out, and our people cry it out, and them guns cry it out, and them bars cry it out, and them gowns cry it out, and them cuffs cry it out, and I cry it out, and I cry it out, and I cry it out, until my grandmother sighed and said, quit that crying, boy. Because better he be in county than a casket.
I am a ghost named Seldom Seen. I mastered the ability to ignore phony people and telephone rings at an early age. I am Horace Tapscott and Billy Higgins round about midnight at the world stage, trying to explain a love supreme to a band that's been infiltrated by the powers that be. I shop work, I style free, I attract all manners of divine yeses, so eventually won't nobody know me. I am Jimmy Baldwin. Nobody knows my name. I am Sun Ra, third eye, marching jam session through the streets of Harlem on the way back home from a gig. Yo, dig, this level of righteous sincerity can only be lived by those who have become comfortable with silence. I am a spirit named Seldom Seen. My scene is the quietest side of the Temple archives. You will recall back in grammar school roll call when so many children were just here, but a few of us, we were present. We hyperactive listeners. We overhear minus the ear hustle. We muscle our way into our own subconscious. We're comfortable with the idea of poems taking multi-year gestation periods. Writer's block is just a myth perpetuated by the impatient with the patience of outpatients, while we believe in the poem taking as much time as it requires to itself, to write itself, before we even endeavor. I am a ghost named Seldom Seen. I show up on the scene with all types of invisible flashy chains and rings. I am D, the schizophrenic. I have no ego. I cannot be motivated by controversy or gossip. I'm an aberration. I can only be seen through the mind's eye. I do not reality show. I used to catch a flight every 3.5 days, used to sit and listen to poets at least 4 times a week. I've studied the parameters of my art form. I am comfortable in the space from whence I speak. I used to channel Thelonious Monk when I had to strike chords to eat, but now when young poets ask me for advice, I tell them to consistently figure out what you emphatically care about, then continuously dig deep, baby. Dig deep. I am a ghost named Seldom Seen. And you're liable to hear all types of crazy and strange things about my past, and you should always feel free to ask, but the short story about my dark ways is how I followed the long path to enlightenment. Now, I reside in a brick church with no windows and stainless glass floors, with plenty of open archways where some choose to project their own doors, and who am I to talk? I mean, I know all about it, and I still have to work on not projecting mine. Talam, Geechee Don, effortless to connect with, but damn near impossible to find. My head is in the clouds, and my body's in the wind, and my spirit is to help you manifest your own until I'm seldom seen again.
So she continues to inspect it in her hand like a ripening mango and eventually decided that it tastes good. Turns out her favorite function was Siri. Probably because she sounded familiar. Growing up, I got used to hearing the women in my family repeat phrases like, "Sorry, I didn't get that." Or, "It's your opinion that counts." See, there's a reason why the Siri on an iPhone has a woman's voice. She only speaks when spoken to. Just me on this stage is an act of defiance. Is a place I am but shouldn't be. When people ask me where I'm from, I respond here. To which they say, "No, but like, where are you from?" I'm from Georgia. I am from my mother's silence. I am the hyphen between Indian and American, a border splitting myself in half. In America, I am a foreigner. In India, I am a foreigner. My grandfather was a refugee twice. His survival story folded into the layers of his turban. His 3 sons, terrorists. My mother, the wife of a terrorist, because she is only ever a wife, and my father only ever a terrorist. When people call my family Al-Qaeda, I forfeit my fuck you to fear. Shut up like they want me to. Tell me, how is this not violence? I am generations of white men fucking their way into my complexion. My hands are flags, waving at the same head. Who conquered me like a country that never intended to belong to them. And isn't that how I lost my voice in the first place? Because and just like that, in 16 syllables, I am a stranger. And if you're not supposed to speak to strangers, and I only speak when spoken to, it's no wonder why coming up in front of a mic feels a lot like breaking through my mother's silence. Like the inanimate object in your back pocket finally stopped apologizing. One of Siri's default answers is who I am is not important. I am important. I am a revolution rising from underneath the American dream. I am everything that has tried to silence me. I am a wolf howling at a moon that will never howl back at me, which is to say, this country will not answer my prayer. This country does not speak the language of my God. This country would kill my God because she wears a turban. This country is a place I am, but I'm afraid to be. This poem is proof that I am here. When people ask me where I am from, I will still respond here. I mean, wasn't Columbus looking for India in the first place? Come on.
If I could find the spot where truth echoes, I would stand there and whisper memories of my children's future. I would let their future dwell in my past so that I might live a brighter now. Now is the essence of my domain, and it contains all that was and will be. And I am as I was and will be, because I am and always will be that nigger. I am that nigger. I am that nigger. I am that timeless nigger that swings on pendulums like vines through minds of booby-trapped minds that are enslaved by time. I am the life that supersedes lifetimes. I am. It was me with serpentine hair and a timeless stare that with a mortal glare turned mortal fear into stone time capsules. They still exist as the walking dead, as I do, the original sufferhead, symbol of life and matriarchy, severed head, Medusa. I am. I am that nigga. I am that nigga. I am that nigga. I am a Negro. Yes, Negro. Negro from necro, meaning death. I overcame it, so they named me after it. And I be spitting at death from behind and putting kick me signs on its back because I am not the son of Shaklack Clack. I am before that. I am before. I am before. Before death is eternity. After death is eternity. There is no death. There's only eternity. And I be riding on the wings of eternity like, yeah, Shaklack Clack. But my flight doesn't go undisturbed because time makes dreams defer. And all of my time fears are turning my days into daymares. And I live daymares, reliving nightmares that once haunted my past. Shaklack Clack, time is beating my ass. And I be having dreams of chocolate-covered watermelons filled with fried chickens like piñatas with little pickaninny sons and daughters standing up under them with big sticks and aluminum foil, hitting them trying to catch pieces of fallen fried chicken wings. And Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben are standing in the corners with rifles pointed at the heads of the little children. Don't shoot the children, I shout. Don't shoot the children, but they say it's too late. They've already been infected by time, but this shit is before my time. I need more time. I need more time, but it's too late. They start shooting at the children and killing them 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, but my spirit is growing 7 by 7, faster than the speed of light, because light only penetrates the darkness that's already there, and I'm already there. I'm here at the end of the road, which is the beginning of the road beyond time, but where my niggas at?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, don't tell me my niggas got lost in time. My niggas are dying before their time. My niggas are serving unjust time. My niggas are dying because of time.
So, when I was 10, I had this friend that we looked up to a lot, but whenever we were around each other, we did the dumbest shit and always got caught. I remember once him trying to dive out my bathroom window because my mom was going to whoop his ass. I was on the outside, so all I saw was his terrified face as she pulled him in and away from me. I haven't seen him in 20 years. You and he have the same color hair. When I was 15, I was seeing this girl and my father had forbidden me from being with her, so I called her and she said, I'll leave my front door unlocked. I said, I'll be there just as soon as my father leaves for his 11 o'clock, 12-hour third shift. And as I was making my way across town, a policewoman stopped me to see where I was supposed to be. I gave my girlfriend's address as my own, and I watched as that tough-as-nails officer turned mother figure right in front of my eyes and gave me a ride the rest of the way. My first booty call had a police escort. It's a true story. You and that cop have the same sweet face. I swear it's a compliment. When I was 13, my mom was dying. Waiting to be unplugged like a broken TV set. All the color and pictures that once filled her now gone. She couldn't move. And all I could do is stare at her purple swollen body through double-paned Loyola ICU glass. A nurse noticed my anguish and said, hey kid, I'll show you something I bet you don't know. Today, at sunset, your mom's gonna make the entire city of Chicago turn gold. I followed him to the 6th floor of Stairwell 9. We could see the entire skyline. He said, close your eyes. Think of your favorite memory with your mother. And as I did, the sun sank behind us in the west. So when I opened my eyes, the city glowed like a jagged golden moon. And I knew my mom made it for me, at least on that day. Walking back to the waiting room, we had made our impromptu home. I noticed the chapel. And ducked inside. Saying no one, I began to pray out loud. I prayed as loud and as hard as a 13-year-old can. That's way harder than any adult can. I tried to tell God all the reasons I should be able to keep my mother. You can't rationalize with God. I begged God to let me keep her. God doesn't like beggars. Leaving, I saw the same nurse in the back pew, still smiling. You and the nurse have the same smile. I haven't prayed much since that day, but for some reason I like unanswered prayers. You are an unanswered prayer, silent, unspoken, personal wish. Some sunsets come at midnight, others come at noon, and some give cities a golden heaven sent hue. That's what they're supposed to do. You are all sunsets.
Scripture suggests that the return of Jesus is near. But like, what if Jesus was already here? Like, what if Jesus decided to reappear as a prostitute and spend her evenings on a stroll? Like, what if she walked past you carrying a clutch purse instead of a cross, or had a camel toe instead of a donkey? Would you notice her? Would you speak? Would you get down and wash her feet? Or would you deny her of her divinity? Would you consider Jesus more trick or trinity? Like, if she exposed all of her holes, would you call her holy or whole? Like, what if Jesus had 12 children and no disciples? Like, what if she was from next door rather than Nazareth? Like, what if she used Viagra to raise Lazarus? Like, what if she turned her rent money into malt liquor rather than her water into wine? What if the first time her temple was turned into a marketplace was at the age of 9? What if Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Little John wrote a hip-hop song about her rather than a Bible verse? Would you bother to ask her name? But see, this isn't criticism about Christians. This is 100% about Kenneth. For the times I was too embarrassed to kiss my mother in public. For the days I would pray she wouldn't come to PTAs or school plays because I was too afraid of what folks might say. For the times I was too scared to care because I was ashamed of her career, ashamed of her tears, ashamed of her fears, ashamed of her crack pipes and beers. This is for the days that my hands were just too holy to hold her near. But how do you worship your mother when her name ain't Mary? And she ain't married, ain't dating, ain't even collected names from all the men that she's been mating with. How do you stand on stomach? You know, every trick your mother flipped to assure food match your mouth. When you know that her knees and bowels were not used for praying. See, my mother, she ain't never hang on a cross, but she's been nailed in public a few times. No, she ain't never been crucified, but I know a few crews that tried, and my gym teacher was one. So was the deacon, and a few married men creeping. I guess from being fucked by Judas is on your daily to-do list. You become really familiar with the crowing of cocks, but what if Jesus came back as my mother? Like, what if Jesus grew a few extra scars just to prove that all our faith had flaws? Like, what if Jesus' greatest miracle was giving her son everything he needed to live, even when she had absolutely nothing to give? And if you can worship a God that sacrificed his only son to save some sinners, then surely you can worship a sinner that sacrificed her soul to save her son.
A tree fell in the forest. We gave away our shadows and stood for them. We acquired bird song through object-oriented inheritance. It came to us. The fuck do you care? You inherited it. Just like you inherited that uniform, that mindset. I am my own avatar. It means I paid for it all. Learn to be two places at once. Halloween of the spirit. Don't question or compare it. Don't let your feelings near it. Become or disappear it. Paid for it. Through jail time. Paid for it. Through indentured, inhuman servitude. Don't like my attitude? Don't like my attitude?
You won't be silenced, no, the noise came from you. The never-ending war will not be waged from you. The future is my home, it all came from you. Police and sirens, guns are on parade right here. You never touch my love. Yeah.
people versus the police. We, the people of the United States, holds Congress to the word. They should do the same to their officers to protect and serve. How can we put our trust in someone who is pushing us down when we are hurt? Instead of lending a hand, they call us monkeys like caged animals, only treating us the worst. Singing, oh, we got what we deserve. A trainee wannabe with poison from the devil himself is only doing his work. A racist, in a disguised uniform, you can see the hatred in their eyes as they shout racial slurs only when they think they're not heard, or when their actions aren't seen. But when they are caught, they try to cover up everything. Why do you think he fled the scene? After he tried to silence your voice, making sure you couldn't say a thing. But now the world is your voice, and together we sing, hands up, don't shoot, no justice, no peace. For a fair trial and a proper burial for your soul to rest in peace. So we stand hand in hand, hoping to overcome in these streets that justice shall prevail. For the people, by the people, versus the police.
The J.R. Wood Group of Senior Life Insurance Company offers final expense life insurance coverage for individuals ages 0 to 85. To apply for coverage, no medical exam, no physical exam. Just answer a few simple health questions to qualify. Apply by phone or schedule an in-home consultation. We provide products to fit your needs and your budget. Just call the J.R. Wood Group today. And remember, we've got you covered. 1-800-971-8028. That's the J.R. Wood Group. 1-800-971-8028.
The book, titled Adulterated, chronicles the love affair between Adama and Ahmad in the riot-filled streets of Baltimore City. This Amazon bestseller tells a thrilling tale of a whirlwind romance, wrought with social and political drama. Adulterated is now available on Amazon.com. Sex, love, scandal, adulterated. Get it now on Amazon.com.
Yo, if Young Mecca don't trust you, if Young Mecca don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. Hey y'all, it's Mechamorphosis. I wanted to see what you're gonna do. You okay?
Yeah.
Alright, y'all, this is welcome back to SoapBOX Poetry Radio. We out here, we here, we're talking with Slimmy the Hippy.
Slimmy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home now. Yo, cause you know how like there's different ways to spell words. Yeah. Like you spell it like slime.
Yeah, 2 M's. Slimmy.
Okay, you good. Oh man.
Yeah, it's good.
Me and Carlos both hit the head scratch like, oh. We sorry, yo.
Oh, it's all good.
Alright, so who over there to the right? Who that is?
What, that wall?
That wall?
It must be the wall.
It must be the wall. You match the wall.
Always throwing shots. Like,
I'm sorry.
Wow. It's just that guy Carlos.
That guy Carlos?
Yeah,
alright. Alright, well anyway, we're back. So there's a new season of different youth artists, and the new clubs are coming in for Dumont, Baltimore, and for the city or whatever. And what I wanted to talk about today was artistic responsibilities. This music loud. But anyway, yeah, what I want to talk about today was artistic responsibilities and, like, what do you feel are the other requirements for an artist? Like, do we just make things pretty or make you feel good about yourself? What do y'all think?
I feel like artists have a lot of responsibility. But I don't feel like people should expect stuff from certain artists because, you know,
aren't like, we don't claim to be somebody who has a direct effect on the community. However, once you get on the platform, people expect something from you, and once you get into what you do, once you start displaying your craft, people look up to you.
So yeah, I mean, I remember last month there was some talk about how there's a lot of mediocrity in the city, and like different poets aren't, you know, up to par with their talent. And I got to talk to some of them, and they were just like, we not trying to be the best. If people gravitate towards us, they gravitate towards us. But I think like once you get to a certain level of what's the word? Notoriety. I think that's the word.
Notoriety.
Oh, you smart, yo. You smart, yo. Yo, you smart, yo.
I be trying sometimes, man.
It's like, no, we stop. Yeah, but that word. Oh, damn, the mic came off. All right, that word. I think you have a different responsibility to be able to tell people about social activism and, you know, get it, because you have that attention. So you can't be like sitting there talking about black people dying and you're not doing nothing about it. I think there has to be a balance of activism and artsivism.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I call it, artsivism. Thank you. That's my word. Oh, we got some comments going on here. People expect too much, like you can't be a painter. You have to be a painter and an architect in Jesus. LMAO. Okay. Artists are Jesus, okay?
Yes, we are.
It's like, nah, no, we not. Chill, yo. That's blasphemy. I'm playing. Yo, calm down. It's cool. It's cool. Yo, Slimmy, chill. Slimmy, chill.
Ma'am, I got
It's like,
you,
nah,
I
I'll
got
play
you.
with you. I'll play with you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, take Beyonce for instance. Like Beyonce, when she came out with Formation, and then all of a sudden people was like, all of a sudden, why is she for black power and all this stuff? First of all, I'm a huge Beyonce fan.
I am as well.
Thank you. See, you know, all her songs was about female empowerment and black people. So let's just say that. But I think, okay, we still got comments. Y'all have to call in. Why nobody want to call in and talk to me?
I don't know, man.
It's always people want to call all of a sudden.
Make these phone calls, man.
Make them phone calls. Y'all know what it is. Hot410.com. And the number is right there. I'm too lazy to find it for you. But I'm pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure like you'll be okay. But oh yeah, it's definitely it's 410. It's 410-929-7806. You can call in and talk to us about it.
Definitely make them phone calls.
My friend was like, the number? Anyway. So but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like there's people that look up to you in a certain way, and then when you have enough acclaim, it's like, oh, now what? You're just gonna be out here doing art and stuff and making things cute and, you know, making yourself known, but nobody really cares about that after a while. It's like, what else are you doing?
Yeah.
I feel like just don't claim yourself. Just don't claim to be something that you're not.
Yeah, like after a while, once you get a certain level of notoriety and you just neglect all the responsibility, it's like what else are you doing? It's
just so many people. I'm so tired of hearing about these black power poems, and they all sound the same, and they all have and they all just have, I mean, you can express yourself too. I'm just saying. Oh, we got a caller.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey, what's up?
I knew it. Oh my God.
Wait, who?
Steven Universe. What's up with y'all?
This is not Steven Universe. Okay, know what? Let me not tell you who you are. Go ahead. What's up, Steven? How you doing?
I'm good. You know, Galaxy and stuff.
What's good, Steven?
What was this week's topic?
This week's topic is about artistic responsibility. We're just trying to figure out, like, if you're an artist, do you have a greater responsibility other than your art?
Well, it depends on the message that you display in your art. For instance, a spoken word artist who specifically works on erotic poems or talks about eroticism and sex, I don't expect them to have picket signs when it's time
Why that?
to protest.
Right.
Because that's not what their art is pointed to. Or when I think of a gangster rapper, I don't think as the gangster rapper as being respectful towards society. Society turned him into a gangster, a drug dealer, and a monster. Why do you think he would care about what black people want or liberation or rights when all he cares about is turning that life around and just making money and acquiring more? So certain artists, their message isn't driven towards that. There are plenty artists in this city, however, who I would hear them and they'll try to play all the sides. Like, I believe in revolution, but your ass won't go to City Hall. Or I believe that this is wrong, but I don't know the policies to change it. For me, once you encompass a revolutionary message in your art, and then you have no revolutionary movements to your revolutionary statements, that's when you are being hypocritical. Other than that, though, your art stands with who you are, and it only stands apart in senses of hypocrisy. But if an artist ain't about that life, then he shouldn't be talking about it. He or she shouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
Then again, there's also the spectrum of how many artists are actually delve into, like, there are some artists who I don't think are the best poets or anything like that, but they are deep into helping the neighborhoods and actually enacting change, while there are other artists who I think are monstrously dope who aren't doing anything. So for me, the question then becomes, what is the responsibility of an artist depending on the level of their art? It's like, are you in this to use your art on platforms where multiple people will hear it, thus enacting a change because people are hearing it on a large platform? Or is your art the side hobby to help out your collective movement to change the community?
Dope. Definitely. That is
good points.
That is a good point, because I don't know, it's just once you get to a level of status, people are starting to look up to you. And all I'm trying to say is that I think once you get to that level, you are no longer representing just yourself and your clique. You're representing where you live and everywhere you live.
Absolutely. You know, when I was younger, I'm ashamed to admit this, which is why I'm Steven Universe right now. But when I was younger, I was a fan of Ashanti. Of course, she couldn't carry a note in her pocket, but that song "Only You" was my jam. However, when stuff goes down, I don't be thinking to myself, why isn't Ashanti stepping up? I think Common. I think Mos Def.
Right.
Those are the people I'm fans of, I look up to, who I assume is going to be saying something. And usually they have an opinion. Usually they have a statement. Usually they have a whole album about what's going on and try to make people socially aware. Common's been going to colleges talking about the Black Lives Matter movement, stuff like that. I expect that from Lupe. I expect that from people like Common.
Mm-hmm.
I do not look at Kanye and expect those things.
Right.
Especially, I do not look at Ashanti and expect those things. I
look at Kanye and expect those things though, because if you listen to Jasmine Mann's poems and how she talks about how Kanye talks about, fashion liberation, and he created a line, but he created a line that most black kids can't even afford.
It's true.
But you see, this is why I expect nothing from Kanye, because of his duplicitous nature that he lives with.
Yeah. Right.
Kanye is still trying to figure out if he's real or if he's a con. Yay. So,
oh my God.
Because of that, I don't expect anything from him. He can't help with our struggle because he can't figure out his internal struggle. However, the artists who I respect are the ones who step outside of their platform, which I think was the conversation kind of evolves to. Like, even if you are an erotic poet, are you still black at the end of the day and care about these issues? Because Jay-Z's message isn't centered or geared towards these things, but Jay-Z spoke about Katrina, Jay-Z gave money, Jay-Z gave time, Jay-Z bails out the people during the uprising who got arrested in Baltimore. Like, this is an artist who clearly that's not his platform, but he cares about the plight of black people enough. So for me, I want to drop the whole artist thing because, forget whatever art you do, whether it be painter, whether it be carpenter, or whether it be poet. Do you care about the plight of your people? Thank y'all.
Thank you, Steven Universe. All right.
No problem. Deuces.
Deuces.
That boy, I'm going
to hang up now, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Anyway.
He know.
Well, anyway, that was good. We're gonna go on break for a couple of minutes and come right back before we have our interview with Slimmy the Hippy. All right, this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box.
I remember the bed just floating there. Apart, 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 apart. My mother taught me this trick. If you repeat something over and over again, it loses its meaning. For example, homework, 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 see, nothing. Our existence, she said, is the same way. You watch the sunset too often, it just becomes 6 p.m. You make the same mistake over and over, you'll stop calling it a mistake. If you just wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, one day you'll forget why. Nothing is forever, she said. My parents left each other when I was 7 years old. Before their last argument, they sent me off to the neighbor's house, like some astronaut jettisoned from the shuttle. When I came back, there was no gravity in our home, beds floating. I imagined it as an accident. That when I left, they whispered to each other, I love you, so many times over that they forgot what it meant. Family, 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 family. My mother taught me this trick. If you repeat something over and over again, it loses its meaning. This became my favorite game. It made the sting of words evaporate. Separation, separation, separation. See, nothing. Apart, 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 apart. See, nothing. I'm an injured handyman now. I work with words all day. Shut up. I know the irony. When I was young, I was taught that the trick to dominating language was breaking it down, convincing it that it was worthless. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. See, nothing. Soon after my parents' divorce, I developed a stutter. Fate is a cruel and efficient tutor. There is no escape in stutter. You feel the meaning of every word drag itself up your throat. Separation. Stutter is a cage made of mirrors. Are you okay? What do you say? Come on, kids, spit it out. Is a glaring reflection you cannot escape. Every terrible moment skips upon its own announcement over and over until it just hangs there, floating in the middle of the room. Mom, Dad, I'm not wasteful with my words anymore. Even now, after hundreds of hours practicing away my stutter, I still feel the claw of meaning in the bottom of my throat. I've heard that even in space, you can hear the scratching of an I love you.
Before the towers collapsed into a white noise of bodies and strewn paper, there were people in the windows. They clutched family photos and they jumped, became human tombstones, falling into the shrapnel of a city covered in the ash of its own citizens, a city shapeless and somewhere else writhing as it fell. That night, I feared everything but darkness, so I slept on the floor at the foot of my father's bed. It's a place where monsters and planes are made easy work of. That morning, I went to the window. I wiped my hand along the sill. I watched my fingers turn gray and I thought, bodies, but I didn't want to wash them. I wanted to go to the roof. I did. I saw the smoke crawling into a postcard. The smell was everywhere. I wondered if they would change the postcards now. Put smoke where once were towers and then address them to our relatives in Texas and Carolina where they were rearing to go to war and say, I wish you were here. I wish you could see these clouds forming under the clouds. I wish you could touch the smell with your nostrils every time you breathe. I wish you could run your hand along your window and wonder how the bodies got through the door and see what it's like to live in the most Beverly Hills version of a war zone and realize what war might just look like, feel like, taste like in your breakfast cereal when you realize you're sitting there digging Cheerios out of a bowl when they're digging bodies out of the ground. That day was not about your God or their God, because when God happens, no one is right. These were times when we lied to our children. When you lie to children, no one is right. I can't make this any clearer to you. That day had no black or white, because under that rubble, everyone was gray. Under that rubble was no red, white, or blue. Under that rubble was just gray. Now I know, New Yorkers, we talk a lot. Sorry, but I'm taking this one back from my home, because under that rubble was not your country. Under that rubble was our city, our town, our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters. That day, no one in New York grabbed rifles. We grabbed bandanas and shovels, and we started digging because our lives were underneath that rubble, and the firemen were looking for the bodies. It has been 10 years, and my friend is still looking for her father's body. Your war is not helping her find him. Your war has done nothing but add to the list of little boys like me who wish to sleep at the feet of their father's beds. My father worked nowhere near the Trade Center, but I didn't know that then. What I knew was that the phone lines were down, and that until I heard his voice, so was he. Your war has done nothing but add to the list of boys in New York, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, the list of boys who are still waiting for their fathers to come home.
In 2010, 6 black teenagers drowned in the Louisiana Red River. Researchers found that 70% of black people do not know how to swim, that black kids are 3 times more likely to drown. The question became, why do blacks possess the fear of water? I've heard sharks followed slave ships crossing the Atlantic Ocean, trailing black bodies thrown overboard. I heard during slave time, white masters refused to let blacks learn them to swim because a swimming slave could get away, could swim to freedom, could figure out a way to wade in the water. I heard that little black kids ain't nothing but gator bait. Gator bait let you catch an alligator so big, so vicious, it bite like racism. Black mamas be like, keep your kids out the water, it ain't safe, child. I heard a Jim Crow North and a Ku Klux South kept coloreds out of public swimming pools and off public water fountains. I heard they hose niggas down with a firefighter water hose like you hose down a rabid dog in the summertime heat of New Orleans. I heard come hell or high water, they were gonna watch niggas drown in a hurricane down south. Heard they knew the levees was gonna give in and break, knew the waters was coming to wash niggas away. Tell me, how do a nigga keep their head above water if niggas can't swim? Niggas can't doggy paddle, niggas can't tread water, niggas jump but never jump in. I sprint, you swim, niggas can't float, our bodies too dense. We don't fuck with the rain cause our head just got dead. I heard yesterday in Detroit they cut the water off. I heard the water don't run. I heard the faucets run dry. I heard kids are dehydrated, niggas is thirsty. Heard they've been gasping for air, been drowning in oppression for what feels like forever. Ever since crossing the Atlantic, been feeling lost at sea, been feeling like a fish out of water, like a body sinking in the deep end, like treading troubled waters and drowning.
At the top of the clearing, there are whitecaps. The water is never smooth when you're a canoe, or a kayak, or a schooner with a barnacle problem. Full up on dark hallways that wanna, hey baby, you wanna hold your hand, wanna make you. That's when you remember. You keep the bullets in the mess hall in the jar above the sink. They will sing out tingles if the boat lists are turned too hard, which will make you present to right now. And right now, no one comes aboard without permission. They will tell you a little boat in an angry sea can only do so much. But your lungs full of ocean, that's the way you were born. So your mouth full of water, that's the way you speak life. This is your boat. We are your water. So every time you get sucked in, you just gotta relearn how to swim. Depression feels like no land for days. Depression feels like no kiss to want for. Like isolation will tell you how to treasure your mapped up skin suit and how to treat your crazy like it's God. The tall water will always look like it could break a little boat in half, but a hippie girl with a fistful of wild turkey and a loaded 44 can do some damage. I promise you, and I promise you I know my way through a wave. Come take my hand, now kick hard. Find your side, climb back on board. See, that's the helm, that's the shore. You only think your anchor is home. It's the waves that cause progress. So at rest, you're in motion, and in motion, you're at rest. You're at peace with your moving, with your gypsy, with your goal, with your compass set to who cares. Press on, or I don't know. We're your people, or your water, so them waves, that's just life. It's just the wave. We rock and roll. It's just the way we ride the tide. Just have a little boat's ambition, baby. Everything's gonna be all right. So when them ripples, they start to come in, you be standing there just cheesing like, baby, what? Huh? I'm just doing a little drifting like you were made for just this. So look at the rough and blow that shit a kiss. Cause when the water looks big enough, tall enough, wall enough, broad enough, brass enough, brash enough, big enough to break a little boat in half, you tell it water is what taught you how to swim.
All right. So there's a poet by the name of Richard Sykin, who is an incredible poet, and he has a line in one of his poems that goes, "Everybody needs a..."
So, let me be very clear. I wrote this poem with a very specific intent. I have a 13-year-old daughter. It is important to me that I throw every part of my experience and whatever wisdom I've gleaned from that, every part of my backbone, toward her, to sustain her, to offer her language that lifts her up and keeps her up. That said, there is, for me, a necessary conversation that seeks to undermine the shaming that happens to some girls around menstruation. I had that experience of starting my period in 7th grade, boys, finding out that I had started my period, and then, it was some shit. Like, I'd be in the class with the frantic, like, gotta go to the bathroom now, wave, and they'd be like, you're on your period, aren't you? That dumb shit. And so then my daughter, like, she starts her period and she's stricken and walks out the bathroom looking like she's died or something. See, this is my response to aforementioned dummy. Welcome. Dude on Twitter says, quote, "I was having sex with my girlfriend when she started her period. I dumped that bitch immediately," end quote. Dear nameless dummy on Twitter, you're the reason my daughter cried funeral tears when she started her period. The sudden grief all young girls feel after the matriculation from childhood and the induction into a reality that they gonna have to negotiate you and your disdain for what a woman's body can do. Herein begins an anatomy lesson
itself every 28 days or so, or in my case, every 23 days. I've always been a rule breaker. That's the anatomy part. I digress. The feminist politic part is that women know how to let things go, how to let a dying thing leave the body, how to become new, how to regenerate, how to wax and wane, not unlike the moon and tides, both of which influence how you behave. I digress. Women have vaginas that can speak to each other. By this I mean, when we're with our friends, our sisters, our mothers, our menstrual cycles will actually sync the fuck up. My own cervix is mad influential. Everybody I love knows how to bleed with me. Hold on to that. There's a metaphor in it. Hold on to that. But when your mother carried you, the ocean in her belly is what made you buoyant, made you possible. You had it under your tongue when you burst through her skin, wet and panting from the heat of her body, the body whose machinery you now mock on social media. That body wrapped you in everything that was miraculous about it and sung you lullabies laced in platelets, without which you wouldn't have no Twitter account at all, motherfucker. I digress. See, it's possible that we know the world better because of the blood that visits some of us. It interrupts our favorite white skirts and shows up at dinner parties unannounced. Blood will do that, period. It will come when you are not prepared for it. Blood does that, period. Blood is the biggest siren, and we understand that blood misbehaves. It does not wait for a hand signal or a welcome sign above the door. And when you deal in blood over and over again like we do, when it keeps returning to you, well, that makes you a warrior. And while all good generals know not to discuss battle plans with the enemy, let me say this to you, dummy, on Twitter. If there's any balance in the universe at all, you're going to be blessed with daughters. Blessed. Etymologically, blessed means to make bleed. See, now it's a lesson in linguistics. In other words, blood speaks. That's the message. Stay with me. See, your daughter's going to teach you what all men must one day come to know, that women, made of moonlight, magic, and macabre, will make you know the blood. We're going to get it all over the sheets and car seats. We gonna do that. We gonna introduce you to our insides, period. And if you are as unprepared as we sometimes are, it'll get all over you and leave a forever stain. So to my daughter, should any fool mishandle the wild geography of your body, how it rides a red running current, like any good wolf or witch, well then just bleed, boo. Give that blood a biblical name. Something of stone and mortar. Name it after Eve's first rebellion in that garden. Name it after the last little girl to have her genitals mutilated in Kinshasa. That was this morning. Give it as many syllables as there are unreported rape cases. Name the blood something holy, something mighty, something unlanguageable, something in hieroglyphs, something that sounds like the end of the world. Name it for the roar between your legs and for the women who will not be nameless here. Just bleed anyhow. Spill your impossible scripture all over the good furniture. Bleed and bleed and bleed on everything he loves. Period.
Fuck Robert Frost. Fuck the woods he walked in. Fuck the path he chose.
Fuck Ernest Hemingway. Fuck that sea the old man was in. Fuck those arms he
poems about ghosts and goblins, but never living in neighborhoods where you can actually see them.
White privilege be like, write a poem about oceans and seas, but please be sure to ignore the inner city floods and never reference Flint.
White privilege be like, write songs about the awesomeness of thrift store shopping, even though your family owns the mall.
White privilege be like, write a pretty poem about flowers, but never reference the funeral you were at when you saw them.
White privilege be like, take all that loud black anger out your poem so we can button it up for YouTube. White privilege will attempt to edit their sin out of your poem. Dear white man, I am not privileged enough to write a pretty poem about petunias, but anti-assimilation is some sexy shit. Ain't shit said about surviving genocide. Each fuck you is a dance song from my ancestors. They are throwing a party right now. They're Nat Turner and Tuppy turning up. Ain't that some happy shit? There's beauty in my struggle. My man is miracle. It means the world tried to kill me and failed. Ain't that some happy shit? Fuck your flowers. Fuck your pals. Fuck your privilege. Ain't no poem happier than the one that proves you're still alive. It's in front of everything. Didn't your resilient dandelions teach you that?
Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were some of the best English teachers a Francophone immigrant like me could ever have. Probably because my accent was also a Saturday morning cartoon.
The J.R. Wood Group of Senior Life Insurance Company offers final expense life insurance coverage for individuals ages 0 to 85. To apply for coverage, no medical exam, no physical exam. Just answer a few simple health questions to qualify. Apply by phone or schedule an in-home consultation. We provide products to fit your needs and your budget. Just call the J.R. Wood Group today. And remember, we've got you covered. 1-800-971-8028. That's the J.R. Wood Group. 1-800-971-8028. The J.R. Wood.
The book, titled Adulterated, chronicles the love affair between Adama and Ahmad in the riot-filled streets of Baltimore City. This Amazon bestseller tells a thrilling tale of a whirlwind romance, wrought with social and political drama. Adulterated is now available on Amazon.com. Sex, love, scandal, adulterated. Get it now on Amazon.com. The book.
Okay. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to SoapBOX Poetry Radio. And I would like to introduce the person that we're interviewing today. Drum roll, please. Slimmy The Hippy.
Whoa, what's good?
Yo, damn.
How
I do
y'all
that
doing today?
every show. I do that. Why is everybody? I do it every show. Are y'all okay? People are dying in here right now. I'm sorry. I'm glad I was able to make y'all.
That was a testimonial introduction. I appreciate
Of course. Well, I mean, not only that, I'll give anything to hear this song every day. So I'm cool with that. So what's up, Slimmy?
What's good?
What brings you here today? Who the hell said you wanted to? Who said you should come here? Like, this is the worst place to be.
Well, I just heard about it through the grapevine.
Word.
And I was like, I got an ear for wine.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna freestyle.
Oh,
you were
no.
ready for it.
Oh
No. No. Can you freestyle? Is that one of you?
Freestyling? No, it's not.
Oh, ain't it crazy? Anyway, insider.
Oh man.
But let's start off with the basics. Tell us how you started.
I started off. It's really funny. My cousin let me hold this game called 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Oh.
And when you played the game, 50 Cent songs play in the background. So it's like Grand Theft Auto, but it's all 50 Cent albums.
Okay.
So in 6th grade, I became the most vicious gangster rapper ever. and I started selling so many narcotics and
Exactly.
murdering so many people in my lyrics.
In my lyrics.
You even talk like you rap it.
And
I was playing the game, and then I did it, and then now I'm a poet, and now I do shit. Okay, so keep going.
And then I heard some other rappers who introduced me to other styles of hip hop.
Right.
Got in high school, and I met my mans.
Your man.
My mans, my cuzzo, Coach, El Presidente. And he was like, yo, you got something, yo. I'm going to take this rock and turn it into a diamond.
What?
He was like, yo, you like a piece of dirt right now, but watch me grow a tree from it. And then I just started working at my craft.
You good? Are you okay with it?
I'm trying to get there, man.
Are you okay with the camera on?
Yeah. Oh.
Yo. All right, bet. So, I take it, did you go to Woodlawn?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so did you really start flourishing when you started the club? Because I know we had other Woodlawners on here. Shout out to the third time winning LTAB champion team. Yes. Are y'all excited for LTAB this year?
Yeah, we are. I'm the captain of the team this year.
Okay. Speaking of being a captain, like what's different from you know, just being in a club and now you're the captain? What are your responsibilities, artist?
I feel I feel like I'm responsible for all of my subordinates and like everything they do. I just feel like I want them to be the best at it. And it's like I'm so worried. I feel like a parent. I don't know what a parent would feel like because I don't have any children. But I feel like this is what having kids would feel like. Because it's like everything they do, I'd be so concerned. I just want them to be like perfect at everything they do. And it's crazy because like a year ago, I was just like, man, I ain't worried about that teamwork. I just want to be the best. And I was like, watch me get better than all of them. I'm going to carry this whole team on my back. And now a year later, I'm like, yo, we all got to be GOATs.
Yeah. We gotta stop the show for like 10 20 minutes because that was so unexpected. Just kidding. Okay, hold on.
I really want us to be the GOATs. Every day at practice,
I just
bring in cotton and wool, and I just tell us to hold it and like embrace your inner GOAT. Right now, we're kids.
Okay. All right, Slimmy. So that's the name. That name sounds really interesting. How did you come up with that?
Okay, that's a funny story. So one time I was a coach, and it was around March 9th, which is the day Biggie died, and I was listening to a lot of Biggie. And I was like, yo, I really like his style, the way it can go over anybody's head, but he's super duper lyrical. And I was like, I'm gonna make a name that's like paying homage to him. And I was like, his name was Biggie Smalls. I'm gonna be Slimmy Large. And then that's when
I'm sorry, I don't want to laugh at you, but it's just it seems like everything in your artist career so far has just been random.
I mean, it's like
but beautifully random.
Yeah, it was like I just kept getting puzzle pieces and putting it all together, and next thing you know, it was just like boom. But I got the name Slimmy Large, and then later on, Coach called me Slimmy The Hippy. And I was like, I took it and ran with it because I was like, yo, that's kind of fitting. Slimmy The Hippy. And yeah.
That's dope.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are y'all goals? So as captain, what are your goals for the team this year?
Oh man, I want everybody on the team to be able to hold the weight of the team. I want all of us to be equally as talented, and I want everybody to reach inside of themselves and pull the best poet they can pull out of them, or the best artist in general. I want everybody on the team to be what they can become.
What do you feel is the importance of LTAB?
First and foremost, I feel like just putting all of the kids on the platform for them to share their poetry is really beautiful. I feel like, for me personally, I feel like the competitor inside of me reaching inside of myself and trying to become the best person on that stage, it brings the best poet out of me. For others, it might just be performing in front of a big crowd, or just, everybody seeing the poetry that's been going on and seeing what we all been working on throughout the year.
Right.
So I feel like it's all subjective.
Yeah.
Subjective, yes. But for me personally, I like the competition and pulling the best poet out of me.
Yeah. So Slam. So are you saying that Slam grew you as a poet?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I was before Slam, I was just like a member of the audience in WWE crowd.
Right.
And then after Slam, I felt like the Intercontinental Champion.
He's
That
WWE
being-
references.
Like that being said, it's like I mean, before Slam, I felt like I was just like a somebody who was just observing, and once I started Slam, I felt like I was actually a part of the culture.
Okay. So who are your inspirations?
Black. All right, my top 5 favorite poets are Black Chakra, Kenneth Morrison or Kenneth something, Black Honey or Crayleon Lee,
We interviewed them.
London Obsidian or Delicia Green, and Saul Williams, and Stephen Willis. That madness, a beast. And each of they all helped me. I feel like they've all helped me grow as a poet in a lot of different ways. Like with Black Honey or Crayleon, she the hunger that she displayed really helped me realize how hungry I was for this. Delicia or London Obsidian, she made me become a way better writer. This guy, Black Chakra, he just helped me realize my style. He helped me find myself as a writer, a rapper, a MC, a poet, all of it. Kenneth, I feel like he's one of the most amazing writers on the planet. Saul Williams, Stephen Willis, they are just phenomenal. And they are all the poets who inspire me.
Okay. So, how do you see your art growing, like a year from now or after school, after LTAP program as well?
Honestly, I don't know. However, I would like for me to be like really, really renowned, like acknowledged and have a lot of accolades, and I want to be a household name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want youth poetry to be taken to a platform that it hasn't reached yet. Like I want everybody to know about it.
Yeah.
Like they know about football. Like I want people.
That's
to
actually the goal of our show. Just a quick plug in for everybody that's listening. You could donate to us at this. Never mind. Okay, keep going. We don't got nothing to donate to, but if you just want to give us money, it's okay.
Yeah, you could just give her money. But I want it to be like as big as football is. Like when people talk about like the Poly City game or like a Ravens and Steelers game, like for it to be that like acknowledged and just that renowned.
Okay, so what is your process? What has your process been so far in becoming this greater poet and renowned poet?
What? Well, I was a rapper. I was just a rapper to start off.
Mm-hmm.
So like
with the 50 Cent in the game. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started off as just a rapper, but then I found the poetry in the lyrics I was using, and I tried to expand. So for becoming a better artist, I just found with hip hop artists, I felt like I resonated with the most. But it's kind of weird because I really don't feel like I sound like anybody or perform like anybody. So it's like finding myself in other people, which is really kind of hard. And then it's just like studying myself and just making sure I write a lot and practice a lot and study.
Okay, so how do you study? Do you read a lot? Do you watch a lot of poets?
I'll watch a lot of poets. My reading it kind of helps my poetry, but I be reading like articles about like veganism and stuff. I'm not a vegan. I be reading like health articles or articles about spirituality and stuff like that.
Right.
But mostly just watching poets, listening to music, and just trying to break down what makes the people who are great. So it can not even just be a poet. I'll study like a football coach and stuff like that, just to realize what makes them great. And the 48 laws of powers, the law of attraction, affirmation, and manifestation.
So you study so what you're saying is it's important to study a lot of form of things so that way you can make references and stuff like
broad horizons.
Right. So has it been hard trying to find your voice?
Absolutely. That's like it's really hard because I don't think I found my voice yet.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still growing into the poet and the rapper I'm gonna be, but that was probably the most difficult thing, finding my voice, because it's like when you don't know your style. That's why I was so like happy when I met my coach, because it's like I didn't know my style and I was losing hope in it. But it's like once I started working at it, it's like I was discovering myself. The more I got better. So it's like blowing off a diamond. It's like you just knock the dust off, and each time you knock the dust off, you just see it clearer and clearer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just getting better and finding my voice as I go along.
So, what is it like being on a slam team?
It's intense, so intense. Could have came with a campfire.
Especially when it's a youth team. Wait a minute. What? Stop. Can you stop it? Y'all too poet for me.
I be trying, man.
Oh, you be trying.
I be breathing it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just making sure.
Never been
You
better.
can relax.
Tell him.
Cause you can relax. You look, it's completely fine. Nobody can see anybody anyway.
Right.
All right. So
If y'all don't know, I'm smiling really hard because this is really nice.
Oh, I'm glad you like the show. All right. So being on the youth team, what do you find to be the most difficult?
It's not. Well, the work process is probably the most difficult because, like, once you have the dedication, anything that comes like as obstacles is just like something you'll just be waiting to overcome. It takes a lot of dedication. You gotta be willing to work, a lot of work ethic. But once, if you have the work ethic inside of you and you have the passion and aspiration to get better, then everything will be not easy, but you'll be able to deal with it. It'll be tolerable.
Oh, okay. So what do you find the most enjoyable about being on the slam team?
Push-ups, laps.
Really?
Yeah, we work. They be seeing us in school like, yo, that's the track team, that's the football team, that's the wrestling team, that's the lacrosse team, that's the nah, this the poetry team. We be dropping, give me 20 right now. Yes, sir. You got 20 push-ups, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. Well, not blood, but sweat and tears for this.
Do you feel like poetry is a sport?
Most definitely. You better work at this. Like, you're not just gonna come and just like existing. You're gonna have to work for it. You're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're not really down with like the competition of it, or if you just want to share your poetry, that's cool and all. But like, if you want to be like good at it and you want to grow as an artist, you're gonna have to work for it.
Oh, okay. So how do y'all get people interested into the clubs?
Show it, like just display it as much as possible and in as many ways as possible on as many platforms as possible. Because a lot of people like writing and they won't know that they can get better at it until they see somebody else in person that has got better at it.
Right.
Like me, when I started writing, I didn't think I could get better because like all of the writers I admired were just like Kang Los, J. Cole, Lupe Fiasco, Joe Budden. I'm like, yo, how did they get that good? Until I met Black Chakra in person, I was like, yo, this is somebody who is like in my reach that I can actually see the talent. So it's like, it gave me inspiration to get better. So for recruiting people or like getting people interested, it's just like showing people what we do. They see the dedication and that gets them interested as fans. Or if we're like recruiting writers, they see that they can get better or they see that they have a place to grow, so they come.
So do you have a lot of elements of rap in your poetry?
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
What?
You need a shirt that says most definitely.
Def.
Most def? Oh, see.
Yeah,
I see it. Haha.
Yeah, man.
It's not. It wasn't that. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to emphasis right now. I'm not. What you said? What did you say?
It's a Mos Def song. Umi says.
Oh yeah. I know.
But there's a lot of elements of hip hop in my writing. I rhyme through most of it. The double entendres. Like I find what people love about hip hop and try to incorporate it into my poetry, because hip hop rap is rhythm and poetry. So it's like when
I think we have a caller for you.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
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 Hey, who's this?
This is Michael. Silky Mike.
How you doing, Silky Mike?
I'm doing good.
What's going on, man?
Not much.
Welcome to SoapBOX. What's going on?
Speak outside the box, baby.
What?
This is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. What's up? How you feeling? What's going on? You got some words for our artist?
Yeah, I want to know what he's going to do when he get out of school.
When I get out of school, I got a master plan, man. That's hip hop related too. They don't get that. So I want to study music therapy so I can understand the psychology of music. I want to do creative writing and stuff like that. I want to just be in a secure. I want to do college so I could have a secure platform to hone my skills while I work at my craft. I want to get money for it too. Like I'm gonna be performing. I'm gonna be working out here, baby.
Why? I like that plan, man. I like that plan.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you for calling. Hey, Silky Mike.
Yes, sir.
Stay black, stay beautiful, man.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Silky Mike.
Muchly
Speak
appreciated.
outside the box.
That's right.
Yeah, that.
So I feel like a lot of people don't believe that artists have a plan after school.
I didn't have a plan until recently.
Somebody else is calling.
Okay, let's get that.
You just got the whole squad,
All
don't
right.
you? Okay. All right, let's see. Hi, welcome to SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
You tell me my bad
Yeah.
I can't live.
Who's good, bro? Who's this?
Jimmy on the radio.
Yo, okay. Do you got any words for our artist, yo?
Man, what? My man.
Any questions?
Words, questions, you feel me?
I mean, no, she didn't ask you to say words or questions. She was asking if you had like words or questions.
Oh, all right. I thought you said say words or questions. But, you feel me?
Oh, my God.
I got words for my little bro, man. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
My little brother right here. My man taking moves, man.
Thank you, man.
He gonna put a dent. You feel me? He gonna expand.
That's
You
right.
feel me? The poetry culture as a whole for the black community. You feel me? And you feel me? He going.
See, you get the vision, man. You get the vision.
Yeah, see, you feel me? It's always
Like a
about
math
the vision, you
class.
feel me? Niggas ain't going to understand
I
the
don't
vision.
get it.
The
But
vision.
they gonna
man.
Oh,
feel the
my
vision, you feel me?
God.
When that shit come into effect, you feel me?
Yeah, they gonna get the vision, man.
All right, well, thank you.
I appreciate you understanding the work.
Shout out Civil Outcast, man.
Shout out Civil
Thank you.
Outcast.
Thank you.
Brother, stay black,
This was
stay
SoapBOX
beautiful.
Poetry Radio. Speak outside. Oh my God. All right. I didn't mean to cut your peoples off like that.
It's good.
We kind of on a time schedule.
Yeah, we are, man.
We love you though. Please, tune back in. Anyway, I think that's one of the most. I'm glad you do have support though. That's one of the most important things for an artist to have.
Support after school?
Yeah. No, I mean not even support with school, just support in general. Support with the art.
Okay,
and
okay,
everything.
yeah, most definitely.
So shout out to them for supporting you.
I got like my support system. They A1. They always come out when I'm performing. They always checking up on me. Always promoting, man. They love me and I love them too, man.
Dope.
Everybody, my cousin.
We got Tyler here.
What's
Oh,
good?
Oh wait, wrong one. Hi. There we go.
I'm here.
She's here. She's here.
Nice to see all of you.
How
Nice
you
to
doing
hear.
today?
Oh my gosh, how many people is calling in?
I don't know, man.
Hello, this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Slimmy.
What's good, man? Who this?
It's Mo.
Oh, what's good, Mo? How you doing, brother?
Bro.
This is another person from my support system. Like everybody to shout out my man Mo. He is a black, beautiful young man. And he has the work ethic. His work ethic don't match mine, but he got some admirable work ethic, and we love this brother right here.
Do you got a question for your artist, Mo?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's gonna be the name of your first album?
I'm in a Park Heights club right now. I forgot the name of the club. What's the name of the club? Project Pay. So we have a CD and a book coming out at the end of the year, and the CD and the book will be called "When the Sun's Lit Obsidian."
Okay.
Yeah, and it's basically just being able to pull something beautiful out of darkness.
Oh, okay.
Metaphor.
That's beautiful. Okay. You have another caller. Is that all, Mo?
Nah, this the best artist I ever heard right here, man.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
very
brother.
sweet.
Hippy, yo.
Thank
All
you,
right.
brother. Stay black, stay beautiful.
Thanks, Mo. Hey, this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. What's up?
Hey, this is Paul.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Slimmy.
Yes? Who's this?
This is Paul. You don't know me. I'm a Caucasian man. I heard you guys talking. I really love the way you guys you just communicate. I really do. Like it's
Yeah,
so
man. You
inspiring.
can't. Hey yo, listen. When you talk about the way we communicate, I want you to always remember this, yo. Communicate and community have the first same couple letters.
Oh my god.
And we can't have a community
Oh my god.
without our communication, man. And you know, whenever you feel the need to communicate, I want you to feel like you could always have SoapBOX Poetry as a platform. Just call in.
Oh, we
days,
appreciate
you know?
it. We appreciate it. Yes, you can always
Hey,
call
yo,
in.
look, and I
do
can't
some
tell you
poems.
stay black, stay beautiful, but look, stay beautiful.
I love it.
All right, thank you, Paul, for calling in.
Welcome.
Wow. Oh, okay, there are more people calling in. This isn't okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. We can take calls for like 5 more minutes.
All right, we're gonna take them calls for like 5 more minutes, man.
Hello.
Hello.
This is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. What's up?
Hey, bro.
Who's this? Who's this?
It's your brother.
What's good, brother?
Like, hey, Marcus.
Which
I'm so
brother?
Inspiring.
Thank you, man. I just wish I could remember the name. Oh God, I just wish I could remember the name of the voice. But listen, man, I appreciate you, and we appreciate you calling in. And listen, I don't want you to just call in when I'm up here, cause this ain't my show. But I'm a guest. Matter of fact, I'm a friend of the show now. I just call myself a friend of the show. But you know, just make sure you participate in whatever they doing on these Mondays.
This is probably the funniest show.
This is like the
You said what on Monday? What happened
Mondays
Monday?
7 to 9. Call in.
Oh, don't
Talk
yell
to
at
them.
me. Don't yell at me.
SoapBOX Poetry. Speak outside the box. You got a platform. You got a platform, baby.
Well, I'm glad you got so much support, but we're gonna have to stop taking calls in a little while.
Everybody calling, I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, man. We got some questions to answer, man.
All right, hey, this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, who's this?
Who this?
It's London Obsidian.
Who? No, I heard you. What's
hey,
good,
what's
cuz?
up, London Studio? What you doing? I know you.
Well, I had a question. So what is your environment like during your writing process?
Say it again, please.
What is your writing process?
My writing process. Yo, my writing process is not to go left. No, I'm just playing. They don't get that. So
my writing process is not to go left. I gotta copyright. I could copyright.
Yeah, but we don't do that in hip hop. But so
That
my
wasn't
writing
hip-hop,
process is to sit down and write. I recently learned how to write on the spot. So whenever I get inspired by a concept, I try to just write it as fast as possible. Not rushing it, but like I just think of like the lines that mean the most to me, and I put those down in my notes somewhere, and then I sit down and give the poem or the song or the rap the attention it needs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like once I learned how to determine which pieces would take the longest and which ones required the most attention, it became easy.
Right.
Thank you, London Obsidian. Stay black, stay beautiful.
Stay black, stay beautiful.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay, more people. All right, thank you. Have a good day. Yep. All right. We're gonna have to stop taking calls in a few minutes, but this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
How y'all doing?
We're doing good. You got a question for our artist?
Who this?
Hello?
Yo.
Hello.
Come on, man. You cutting into people's time, man. We love you, but you gotta make it snappy.
Oh, well, my question is, what's your real name?
My real name?
Oh, they want that government.
They want my government
Ooh.
name. Well, I was born. Period. They name me at the punctuation. They can't question Mark. Hold up. They don't get that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
Hey,
I
stay
have to
black,
clap
stay
you up on
beautiful,
that one. I had to clap you that. I had to clap you up on that one.
Stay black, stay beautiful, bro.
Thanks for calling in. We got a few more calls up.
All right.
All right.
Sleep on it.
I'm so irritated. Hello, this is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. Who's this?
Hello, this is Brother Day.
Brother Day, oh my God, I ain't talked to you in years. I love you, Brother Day. What's your question or comment or statement?
My question to you is why you ain't say stay black, stay beautiful to me?
Did you call before
I
this?
surely did.
Oh, stay black, stay beautiful.
They said that this is a person that you didn't know was your brother.
Duh, my only brother. That's a girl. Stay black, stay beautiful, brother. Dad.
All right.
That's good. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling.
Mhm.
This is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside. I feel like an intercom lady now. I'm just like,
you a
hey.
secretary.
I ain't your secretary.
Not my
I
secretary.
know. I'm just
This your
saying. It's
show.
about to end, right? This is about to end in 2 minutes. Hi. What's up? What's good? How you doing? What your name is?
I just wanted to call. Hey, brother Marcus. You feel me, bro? It's straight, bro. You feel me? I just wanted to call for support, bro.
My name's
Love
Slimmy
you,
the
son.
Hippy. I love you. Whoa, I think somebody's telling you they love you because my name's Slimmy the Hippy.
Oh,
Hey,
do you love me?
Slim. You know I
Do
love
you
you,
love
cousin.
me? This will be the
I
first
love
time.
you too, cuz, man. Stay black, stay beautiful. I appreciate the support.
Somebody love me?
You know it. You know it, cousin. Stay black, bro.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right, Mac up with your sexy ass.
Oh my God. This just became the weirdest hotline ever.
Nigga said hotline.
Secret.
Why did they say that? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I hate everybody. This is so weird. It's time for a break. We're about to. We're gonna go on a break. This is SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box.
When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, some of us will probably catch it on TV with chicken hanging from our mouths. You'll know it's revolution because there won't be no commercial. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. Preacher pimps are gonna split the scene with the communion wine stuck in their back pockets. Faggots won't be so funny then, and all the junkies will quit their nod and wake up when the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, transit cops will be crushed by the trains after losing their guns, and blood will run through the streets of Harlem, drowning anything without substance. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. I hope pearly white teeth fog the mouths that speak of revolution without reference. The course of revolution is 360 degrees. Understand the cycle that never ends. Understand the beginning to be the end, and nothing is in between but space and time that I make or you make to relate or not to relate to the world outside my mind, your mind. Speak not of revolution until you are willing to eat rats to survive. When the revolution comes. Revolution is sound. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, guns and rifles will be taking the place of poems and essays. Black cultural centers will be fought supplying the revolutionaries with food and arms when the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, white death will fall off the walls of museums and churches, breaking the lies that enslaved our mothers. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, Jesus Christ is going to be standing on the corner of Lenox Avenue and 125th Street, trying to catch the first gypsy cab out of Harlem. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, Jew merchants will give away matzo balls and gefilte fish to anyone they see with an afro. Frank Schiffman will give away the Apollo to the first person he sees wearing a blue dashiki. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, afros are going to be trying to straighten their heads, and straighten heads are going to be trying to wear afros. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. But until then, you know, and I know niggas will party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party. Some might even die before the revolution comes.
Every day in high school, Kiwan would scoop dunk as many people as he could find. I've seen him scoop dunk 3 teachers, 1 principal, and every... Wait, I'm sorry. Do you know what that is, sir? I heard you react immediately, and you're the only one. There was one person who was like, yeah, he did. All the time, every time. Scoop dunk. You don't even know what that means. It could be, scoop dunkins. All right, okay. Guys, this is a sad poem. Jeez. in high school, Kiwan, I'm starting from the beginning. Scoop dunk as many people as he could find. Yeah, he did. I've seen him scoop dunk 3 teachers, 1 principal, and every student from freshman to senior year. A scoop dunk is the act of lifting one's boobie, only to slap it down again, sending that boobie's human into a fit of rage and shame and embarrassment. The only way to protect yourself is to be aware of everything all the time forever. I caught him waiting on me under bushes, behind corners, under urinals. He got me in a movie theater I wasn't aware he was in. I used to watch as he would reach past newcomers' vulnerable handshakes and into the unsuspecting crescent of underbreast, like a blade in the night. Scoop dunk! Scoop dunk! Scoop dunk, let me to the oven, scoop dunk! I hated him. He did this so often we got used to it. So often we would warn people before they met him, yo, Kiwan's gonna he's gonna touch, you gotta punch him in the face. You gotta punch him in the face and he'll leave you alone. I'd do it for you, but I can't go everywhere with you. He'll find you eventually. Kiwan got punched in the face a lot too. Like a whole lot of variety of punch. After a while, he got so good at touching boobs and dodging punches, he started to look like some sort of weird Shaolin monk. No one could stop him. He got arrested and he scoop dunked his way in and out of Cook County Correctional Facility. He managed to come out prison swole like Debo from Friday. Like I said, no one could stop him. Kiwan scoop dunked his mother. I shouldn't have, maybe I... You know when you can't, I already said it. Kiwan scoop dunked his parole officer. Life wasn't worth the journey unless he knew the weight and flop of your growing, vulnerable rage. That is until Kiwan got stabbed. Not for this. He accepted the blade before he knew who he was fighting. My friends fell with him, leaning into the concrete like redwoods falling through the moonlight, cut down in the very same park we were born next to. The doctor said they just missed a lung. The way the knife moved through his skin, it's a wonder no one died that night. That Kiwan's biggest issue was the nerve damage in his chest. How his nipples were extremely sensitive. Super duper sensitive nipples. Like t-shirts bothered him and shit. I've said all this so you know where I'm coming from. When I tell you the first time I saw him after he'd left the hospital, it's okay. He begged me for forgiveness, for mercy. When his hand reached towards mine, a truce, I had no choice. But to reach past it. All right, that's it. That's my poem. Thank you.
Every now and then, I indulge in the self-satisfaction of social media.
I find myself in the desolate wasteland that is Black Twitter. I stumble upon men who have their PhD in fuckboyology.
They're masters in ain't-shittedness.
They be like, what's a queen without her king? Hashtag loyalty.
A man won't love a woman he can't respect.
Hashtag most of you females. Every woman's bedroom has a lock that can be opened through friendship.
Hashtag stay woke. And it only gets worse the longer I scroll through my timeline, finding myself offended in 140 characters or less.
They uplift themselves and break women down in one fell swoop. This misogynistic manifesto given to us by masked men hiding behind the guise of social justice.
There's a sea of strong black men with coiled locks and cowrie shells, shea butter soft hands who smile nice and call you queen, but never tell you that the title is conditional. You can only maintain queen status if you sleep with him.
Get naked only if he's watching.
Don't sleep with him.
Love your body only because he liked it first.
Wear your hair natural, but don't have no nappy shit. Stay loyal.
Don't hold him to the same standard.
And never ever bruise his ego. There are too many self-proclaimed kings claiming they keep getting swerved because they're just too nice.
As if we should hand out blue ribbons for decency. The bad boy and Mr. Nice Guy are after the same thing. They just have different methods. He'll protect you from other men so he can have you to himself.
Hashtag cuffing season.
He'll treat you like a decent human being and then act like you owe him.
Hashtag gold star.
He could have beat you, but he didn't. Hashtag nice guys never get laid. Black power is for straight black men. Black bodies are important if it belongs to a king.
The same men that quote Malcolm X in defense of their misogyny forget their hero said, the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. What? While it's important that we reblog and retweet Trayvon Martin, we must not forget Renisha McBride.
There is a war being waged on all of us, yet black women still become the enemy. We must protect our Oscars and our Marissas.
Stop pretending that the greatest plight against the black man is black women saying no.
We're on the same team, dumbass. Equality does not come one gender at a time.
Black women aren't your stepping stone to liberation.
Stop trapping women under your feet and then wondering where all the queens are.
When you disrespect black women, you cut your roots at the source. Hashtag I'm still a queen without you. Hashtag you ain't shit without me. Hashtag say whoa.
My great-grandfather was a railroad worker in Nebraska. Every morning he would creep from his bed like a cold sweat to greet the dawn, his hands, still blackened by ash from the night before, skin as brown as the dirt he used to plot his tracks. Back when the men in my family still made love in Spanish, before the machines came and made quick work of his legacy, there was he, a pair of calloused hands, the molten soldering of iron and steel, cut fingers and furrowed brow, a procession of blows striking metal like thunder. Every morning, my great-grandfather hammered the salt of his sweat into railroad tracks like a signature. He knew that this was a nothing town and that these tracks were just a detour on the way to somewhere more important. He couldn't speak a word of English, but his hammer understood the braille hidden beneath the steel. My great-grandfather spoke the language of pluming smoke, the rising whistle of steam, his tongue, a rough flint, every word, an orange spark. He found God in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, and the way the sun made love to the prairies, and the whistle of passing trains. This is how he met my great-grandmother. A dry corn husk of a woman as frail and flammable as they come. That summer, she fell in love with a man made of sparks, my great-grandfather. The man who smiled like matches. He had one for each of their 12 children. Loved them all the way that coal burned. You see, his hands were hot enough to scald metal, so his hands were hot enough to scald his children. I don't know whether it was the drinking or the schizophrenia that soldered his mind shut, but once the smoke had no place to escape, his eyes became a flurry of black smog. He could no longer hold back the steam that boiled in the furnace of his throat, so he boarded up the windows, took the biggest belt in the drawer, lined each of his children out like railroad tracks and beat them like the molten soldering of iron and steel, beat them like a procession of blows striking metal like thunder. Every night, my great-grandfather hammered the salt of his sweat into his children like railroad tracks, like a signature, like branding cattle, the way a ravenous flame devours a countryside, the crackle of a pot, the boil of a furnace, a slow, controlled burn of a childhood raised in a house of falling ashes. My grandmother's burns have faded into scars that match her complexion. If you weren't looking closely, you would never know that she once danced with fire. My mother still scalds her fingers on the stove out of habit. She cannot close her eyes without seeing a silhouette of black smoke in the shape of my father. Sometimes my temper flares so hot, I can see my mother start to wilt in front of me. My voice carries enough steam to sear arguments in half with the kind of insults you have to love someone to learn how to use. My partners have all been afraid of me. They know all too often how easily I combust. I have a blowtorch temper that sears through even the thickest of flesh, and no one is safe. There's something flammable about the men in my family. The heredity of this dull flame we keep locked inside the crucible of our chests. how easily we set fire to the ones we love. I can't help but wonder who'll be the next to burn.
You know how people come out to poetry slams and they light incense and everything. I had to make my own ambiance, you know, for me to feel comfortable. It really don't have nothing to do with the poem whatsoever. I just thought it looked good on TV. So, people always talk about, you know, Kanye, is he really like that? Is he really that arrogant? I just don't like his attitude. I don't like, you know, they say your attitude determines your latitude. Well, I'm high as a motherfucker, fly as a motherfucker. And still the motherfucker you love to hate, but can't, because you love what I make. Now ain't that about a bitch? And I'ma talk shit until I'm out of hits. They don't want to turn the speakers up, they claim I ain't deep enough. All that talking I feed off of, keep it up. I'm relaxing, my feet is up. I'm leaving you haters like when Shaq left the Lakers just to heat it up. I state the stats to stunt. I don't need the front. Make Black History every day. I don't need a month. The survey says by the streets according, Kanye just important as Michael Jordan was to the NBA when he was scoring. Ralph Lauren was boring before I wore him. Okay, so we get to the real poems now. I just want to stop real quick. This is about, you know, something I've been through in the past year that I'm sure a lot of y'all have been through, and y'all will get the gist of it as the poem goes on. It's called Bittersweet. Bittersweet, you're gonna be the death of me. I don't want you, but I need you. I love you and hate you at the very same time. See, what I want so much should never hurt this bad. Never did this before. That's what the virgin says. We've been generally warned. That's what the surgeon says. God talk to me now. This is an emergency. And she claims she only with me for the currency. You cut me deep, bitch. Cut me like surgery. And I was too proud to admit that it was hurting me. I never do that to you, at least purposely. We breaking up again, we making up again, but we don't love no more. I guess we fucking then. Have you ever felt you ever want to kill her? And you mix them emotions with tequila. And you mix that with a little bad advice on one of them bad nights you have a bad fight. And you talking about her family, her aunts and shit. And she say, motherfucker, your mama's a bitch, you know. Domestic drama and shit, all the attitude. I never hit a girl, but I shake the shit out of you. But I'ma be the bigger man, big pimpin' like Jigga Man. Oh, I guess I figure it's bittersweet. You're gonna be the death of me. I don't want you, but I need you. I love you and hate you at the very same time. See, what I want so much should never hurt this bad. Never did this before. That's what the virgin says. We've been generally warned. That's what the surgeon says. God talk to me now. This is an emergency. And my nigga said I shouldn't let it worry, man. I need to focus on the girls we getting currently. But I've been thinking and it got me back to sinking in. This relationship, it even got me back to drinking. Now this Hennessy is gonna be the death of me. And I always thought that you having my child was our destiny. But I can't even vibe with you sexually. Cause every time that I try, you will question me. Saying you fucking them girls, disrespecting me. You don't see how your lies is affecting me. You don't see how life was supposed to be. And I never let a nigga get that close to me. And you ain't cracked up to what you were supposed to be. You always be where them hoes will be. And it's the first time she ever spilled a soul to me. I fucked up and I know it, G. I guess it's bittersweet poetry.
Philadelphia.
The J.R. Wood Group of Senior Life Insurance Company offers final expense life insurance coverage for individuals ages 0 to 85. To apply for coverage, no medical exam, no physical exam. Just answer a few simple health questions to qualify. Apply by phone or schedule an in-home consultation. We provide products to fit your needs and your budget. Just call the J.R. Wood Group today. And remember, we've got you covered. 1-800-971-8028. That's the J.R. Wood Group. 1-800-971-8028. The J.R.
The book, titled Adulterated, chronicles the love affair between Adama and Ahmad in the riot-filled streets of Baltimore City. This Amazon bestseller tells a thrilling tale of a whirlwind romance, wrought with social and political drama. Adulterated is now available on Amazon.com. Sex, love, scandal, adulterated. Get it now on Amazon.com.
Freedom of jail, clips inserted. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap go, it's only natural. I explain my plateau and also what defines my name.
Oh, how y'all doing?
Whoa, we back.
Well, after a series of calls, we did get to find out. Oh, my bad, shorty. Hello. There we go. All right, cool. I keep forgetting, like, I don't know. That's why, Carlos, you can't sit over there. See how I remember your mic now? Damn.
That's cool. You gotta remember Carlos' mic.
It's
man.
not,
That's cool.
but it's not on purpose. That's the problem.
It'd be wild. She went from 2 to 4. Like, how you do that? It was wild.
I don't know.
It's crazy, man. I wish I understood this radio lingo.
All right. It's enough.
I was trying it out, bro.
I can't live on this planet anymore. All right, well, it's about that time. We about to get to our artist poem. Hold on, let me do a little. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on one second. Let me turn off the mics for you.
Yep.
Huh? Damn, reality hit. I don't ever want to see my people scramble for rent. I don't ever want to see my mother kick out for me, breaking her back just to buy me things that I don't need. I mean, picture me living perfect without whipping and serving the bricks that was on the stove, flipped it into a rove, what's grabbing a stolo, he trapping to get some polo. It's people's acts when he got it, he acting like he don't know though. This the life that I'm in though, peeping outside my window, blue lights, 4 shots, he still gasping for window. Damn. That's my cousin stretched out. Saw him last week and he said he was stressed out. He wanted to change his life around. That's right around the time I started spitting. I ain't get to share my written. I was tripping. I could have gave him hope that you can make it out the trap without succumbing to the weight of all the basics on your back. Your peoples would have loved if you'd have stayed on the same track, but if you did, you'd be a zombie and you hate where you was at. If you don't follow your dreams, watch tomorrow fade to black. Like you not in REM sleep, so you just caged or you a stat. Stevie Wonder to the nonsense, blinded to foolishness. Black on black crime is really no excuse for it, cause it's a youngin'. I'm just wondering why I'm losing friends. Hate's a tumor in the community. I'm tripping is super big. Damn. The low has been hit. This weed gon' mess up your whole life. You keep on blowing the piff. And I ain't never seen my father. He was toting them bricks. And that is same thing for you. Under on burglary. But you the same one that taught me about the birds and the bees. You, him, and me. We battling with our demons for sanity in the cell. Hard chasing heaven when your reality is a hell. We living behind bars. Imagine these times, y'all. Walking on thin ice. What happens if I fall? Judging on pool pit. Pretending he my God. I need solitary confinement. The prison system is twisted, reminding me while we slaves, the cops giving us whippings, picking cotton as linen, indoctrinating the children to our priority shifted. The Gucci, Louis, your Fendi, Karuchi's, Coochie, and Nickies. Meek beefing with Drizzy, you keep the niggas' attention. Master don't move a muscle, we giving ourselves the whippings. We cover ourselves with tar, that's self-hatred. And then opinions of feathers, so yeah, they sticking. Now we just trying to fit in, trying to fly with the eagles while blending in with the chickens. We was pharaohs and kings, the oppressors should be our minions. Niggas mean can't watch them turn us into the niggas. But let's ignore that for the big screen, cause everybody wanna hoop or spit a 16. We don't know ourselves, but we sure know how to fit in. And people follow social media like it's religion, and I ain't no better, just a rapper with a conscience, aware enough to see the curse they casting upon us. We got them shackles on our mind, and we walking in line, and it hurts me so. Can we open our eyes? Thank you. God damn.
That was dope.
Flames.
That was dope.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, that's the loudest I ever heard you. That's crazy.
The mic wasn't on. There's no point.
It was on.
That nigga got Carlos to project.
I heard you the whole time. Yo, that's crazy. So that's dope. Man, Slimmy, I remember when I didn't like you because I thought you said something slick and you thought I wasn't listening, but I was listening and you knew I was listening, so it was all an elaborate scheme.
I remember that time I ain't like myself.
Oh, let's get there.
That was
Let's
a dark
get
joke.
there.
Wait.
But no,
Wait.
It's all
Wait.
love, man. I let everybody know we
Wait.
all cousins.
So what was your inspiration for that piece?
Well, before I got to high school, my cousin got killed. And
Oh man.
yeah.
Sorry.
So, like, I remember when the last time I saw him, like, we was chopping it up. We was walking to school. Like, we used to walk to school together. And he asked me to rap because it was right around the time when I started rapping. And then I was like, nah, man, I don't really got nothing. And that really inspired, like, the first part of it. And then the second half of it, I was talking about my cousin who got arrested and my father being arrested. And it just, like, it just clicked something inside of me that, like, maybe the way that the hood is set up is just, like, an elaborate scheme to keep us all dead or in jail. So it was like, it's called Trapped in the Trap. So it's like, you know, whether it's mass incarceration or the murder of black people, whether it's police brutality or blacks killing blacks, it's like, you know, it seems like it's a trap. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Shouts to the lower middle class.
Shout out to Rory.
I wish I
Because the
understood
trap
that.
song.
Tears in the Trap.
That's my song.
That's my shit too.
I never heard it.
You gotta hear it, yo.
What? You don't know Rory?
Yo.
I actually
we
do.
gotta get you
hold on,
hip.
no,
We gotta get you hip,
gotta
but
listen to it.
Man, I only listened to that old hip hop back in my day. It had a message.
Nah, you need to listen.
Well, thank you.
Delve into that alternative. I'm
Back
dead.
in 04, man. Boy,
Shit
y'all ain't
about
never
here,
heard
wow.
Cameron. Get him, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Slimmy, for coming on the show.
Thank y'all for having me. Slimmy the Hippy. Shout out SoapBOX Poetry. Speak outside the box. Everybody follow me on Instagram at WB_Swami. That's WB_SWAMI.
I was getting to that part. But yeah, you go ahead. You started off for us. I love the flow.
Yeah, the transition. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, you can follow me on Twitter at Lord_Swami. That's LORD_SWAMI. And you know you can be waiting for that When the Sun's Lit Obsidian, the book and the CD to drop. And you know, just catch me around, man. Shout out to all my supporters, man. Shout out to Civil Outcast, man. Shout out to R.A.P. to R.I.P. You heard me. Shout out to Woodlawn. Shout out to God.
So we running on time, but yeah.
Shout out to Father Time
All
for
right.
wearing her that. Everybody, man. Love y'all. Stay black, stay beautiful.
All right, Tyler, where can they find you at, yo?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Cozy Ty, COZITY. My Twitter is connected to that. I think there's a dot in between there. I'm not sure which
You
one.
look like an old man.
How you know that was my first name?
Oh no, don't bring that back. Anyway, Carlos, where can they find you at, sure?
You can follow me on Twitter at LoisG2. That's LoisGE2. Instagram, LoisG1. That's
Word.
Lois, letter G1.
Hey.
Where can we find
Bottom
you at?
Prince. Bottom Prince, $10. His Prince of Lit.
Plug.
You got something today? Because I got money.
Yeah, I got my
What?
Yeah,
Where can we find you at, Mecca?
You can follow me everywhere but my house at Mechamorphosis, like Metamorphosis, but with 2 C's instead of a T. Thank you very much. And you can also follow the show everywhere at SoapBOX Poetry Radio. Speak outside the box. Well, you know, there's a space between that and then the saying, just so you know. I just wanted to put that in there. Anyway,
Clarify.
SoapBOX Poetry Radio.
Talk your stuff.
Wash your mouth out. Remember when we was trying to find
Listerine, baby.
Remember when we
said,
And all the people that called in today, can y'all tag our show?
Yeah. If you
That would
called
be
in
so
today,
lit.
let people know, except for the person who said that about my butt. But yeah.
Nah, tune in too. I mean,
yeah, tune in.
Don't
I
call
just want to
again.
take a quick
No,
second
don't
to
call again.
Yo said
to
don't
raise
call
awareness
again.
for
Tune in.
sexual harassment.
I want to go. Okay, so yeah, it's time to. All right, peace out, yeah.
Bye.